what it is. It's April 10th, 2009, and the specific time of military time. And then right to the right of it, it has the HTTP method, which is a GET. Now, look at the processing products controller where it has the pound index, okay? And now you'll see that the index is basically up here as well, which is the index page. Now in routing, Rails will, in Action Packed, which is specific to Rails, Action Packed is pretty much dealing with the controller logic, which is the business logic, and then the view as well, which you are seeing, which would be the page. Now that's the model view controller pretty much it explains everything. You got your controller, you got your view, and we're missing the model. The model is the data. That would be in the MySQL database. So that would be representation over relational database, SQL database. I'm using MySQL 5.45, but everything is very self-explanatory, and this is what is great about Rails. There is no leaks. There are no things that you're not aware of. If you pay attention to what is going on from the very beginning and from the ground up, and just understand it like you would the alphabet or a specific language. Don't cut corners. Just learn it the way it is. Just, go from the ground up. And it's based upon Ruby. It's built on top of Ruby. And Ruby has been around for a long time. And I believe Ruby is built on C. So the whole point of Ruby is that it's a purely object-oriented programming language. Everything is an object. And you'll notice this when you can turn specific things into strings with the 2S method, or would be action in Rails. But we're not going to get into that because that's beyond the scope of this. But I wanted to point out this product controller, because what that is that's the control logic. That's the business logic, and I will show you the controller what this is dealing with and what we just processed, and it rendered a view for us. And that's what I love about Rails. It's very, very powerful, yet it's simplistic in nature. It's very simple in nature. So what this is right here, and this is really cool, is this is the method. The index is the method, and in Rails it's called an action, like I just said. So it's processing the index action from the products controller, and this is how we create a loosely coupled architecture. Now, tightly coupled architectures are yesteryear. Spaghetti code, dealing with legacy systems. You want to be able to pretty much, if you adding on to a system, etc., you want to be able to build up. So you don't want to be stuck in paying extra money. You want to be able to scale up and not be caught dealing with just integrating all these technologies and old legacy systems where you really don't have to. Now, Rails is great for scaling and performance as well. I'm using Joyent for my production servers. That's what I would recommend for a web hosting company. Would definitely be Joyent. They have great accelerators, very good prices as well, and unbelievable support. These guys, you'll be astonished of how great the support is, and they are leaders when it comes to web hosting and talking about performance and green hosting and pushing the envelope of web hosting technologies and hosting Ruby on Rails applications, which is somewhat mysterious in ways. If you go to other people, they just do not know how to handle their customers. I've been to a few places and I've not been happy at all. I just wanted to get out, and that's, I've been at Joyent ever since. So another thing right here, I'm not going to have you get too boggled down with the rest of the code, but as you can see, it's SQL code. As you can see, it's showing you the time in the middle of seconds, how it processed the parameters. And here it is, the query Sony, which we typed in as a keyword, and that's what it is. It's querying the database. And basically what SQL is queries. You're dealing with a lot of queries. And it's using the UTF-8 character set. As you can see, its set name's UTF-8, and set SQL auto is null is equal to 0, and that's pretty much database specific. We don't have to worry about that. Let me just show you the select from products where and this is the concast is concatenate, so it's truncating letters from specific keywords from the label and the description, like Sony. So let me just see if we typed in something Sony. Sonyfication or something like that. It doesn't. Oops. No, and here, as you can see, I just typed in the S and the O, and it will give us the Sony television. And right here, where it as you can see, like SO. So basically, where it's getting us the whatever would match those two letters, or whatever letters you had added. As you can see, right here is very important, as I just talked about. Rendering template within the layouts application. Now, the application layout is universal. Let me show you that real quick right now. Let me just so what we'll do is we'll just open up the with TextMate. We can open up the whole folder and have all the files visible. Now have a lot of copies of this specific application because I've had some issues with it. But so let me just show you where that file is. The app. Now we're going into the views. Now this will be what you would be seeing, the graphic user interface. And here are all my views separated. Now under layouts, we have the application-wide layout. Now what you put here would be universal. Now it will actually transverse to every specific view we have. And I have that added in the code, and as you can see here are the links, link to product, sales, vendors, here's your login, etc., etc. But you want to be if you want to be a Rails developer, if you're looking into this, etc., you want to become familiar with the application.html.erb template, which would be the view. Before it was a different extension. I'm not going to explain it to you because that was Rails 1. You should be you could use Rails 1 if you want, but this is on Rails 2, so we won't even get into that.